Welcome back to GCTV. Welcome back to the halfway point of Global Champions League Round 1 live from Paris. And it has been a very, very entertaining first half for Global Champions League Day. Not only is there the elimination of New York Empire, who now will finish in last place and take 0 points. Need I remind you as well, by the way, this is the second time this season that New York Empire have been eliminated in the opening round. We'll take a look about Scott Brash in a moment, but it's also the story about Razorback International, who, despite having some difficulty earlier on, despite McMahon jumping 12, they still somehow lead. Very nice return as well, by the way, for Harry Aaron and Calculatus, who then jumped clear today. Prague Lions in second, Scandinavian Vikings in third, only because of the time penalty picked up by Sara Vinglakova as well. So, interesting at the halfway point. Razorback, Prague Lions and Scandinavian Vikings 1, 2 and 3. Let's begin to unpack that. Let's show you then that round of Scott Brash that brought about the elimination. Very first team out the gate in New York Empire, powered by Lugano Diamonds, unfortunately find themselves getting eliminated. First, he got caught up in the corner. This is quite early on in the round. Scott Brash and Hello Vittoria getting stuck in the corner. He eventually made it over that jump, went further through his round, and then towards the end here, in fact, in that final line, got stuck once again. If I'm not mistaken, it was beyond, or just before the ultimate line here. Has yet another run out, and because of that, those two run-outs means that Scott Brash is now eliminated, and New York Empire, as we say, get 0 points, guaranteed to finish last place, and maybe open up the door for the Scandinavian Vikings to make up some ground in the overall championship standings. Huge disappointment for New York Empire, and of course for Spencer Smith, who just earlier had jumped 4 penalties. So, difficult start for New York Empire. What about the defending reigning champions of the Global Champions League, Razorback International, powered by Kingsland? They have a slightly less experienced team here for GCL Round 1 in Owen McMahon and Harry Allen. Harry Allen, the first man to come out, as we said, in Calculatus. If you recall what took place in Shanghai, there was the refusal and the elimination of Harry Allen for Razorback in Shanghai. But the young man responded beautifully well. It show you then what Harry Allen did today here in Paris as he comes back and somewhat vindicates himself with a very, very strong performance. He jumps clear. This is how he did it. He goes on with Calculatus, as we said, still just 10 years of age, making sure that he is able to dominate this course and put together what was the first clear of the afternoon. Because just before him, Mexico Amigos, Mike Kawhi jumped 12, Nadia Petersteiner jumped 8, and Mexico Amigos got out on 20 penalties. So this is outstanding from Harry Allen, and a great response, as we said, to that elimination in Shanghai a couple of stages ago, back in May. No trouble with the time, no trouble with the course that's put together by Gregory Bordeaux, and he goes on to jump a clear. But as we said, Owen McMahon and Cornest, I'm afraid, no Mila for McMahon. It means that Cornest goes on to jump 12. Let's see if we can maybe show you that round of Owen McMahon. Disappointing for him. Faults coming out throughout various parts of the ring here, set by Gregory Bordeaux, as we said. And after seeing his teammate jump clear, well, a double clear would have been outstanding. But an early 4 for McMahon quickly turned into an 8, and that put him under pressure for the rest of the round. And as he completed that, as he got closer towards the end of the round, there was still another penalty to come. There was never any doubt regarding the time. He was always ahead of the time, was McMahon and Cornest. But then now coming into the double, gets over the first, gets over the second, and then as he begins to enter this final line, things unfortunately in the Liverpool having some difficulty, but gets over into the rollback, into the final line at Global Champions, and that first one goes down to take him to 12. And unfortunately for Razorback International, disappointment for them. But what a performance from Fernando Martinez Soma. We spoke in the pre-studio about him and Lady van der Hartenhoven, this relationship that is developing between these two athletes. And what a performance from Martinez to then come out today and jump a sensational clear for the Prague Lions from the team powered by the Czech equestrian team. Let's take a moment to appreciate this round of Fernando Martinez. He spoke so fondly of Lady in the pre-studio spoke so fondly about her ability and how much she fights for him in the ring. And here we see those lovely aerial shots. Gets over the Liverpool, no problem. Into the rollback for the final line over the global champions double. And then goes on to clear that final fence as well, staying on the most important 0, the clear for him. Unfortunately for Anna Kelnerova, who was a late change. Originally, Niels Braunseels and Deluxe van TNL was meant to jump for Prague Lions, but there was a late change. Anna Kelnerova and Harakan coming in for the team. She jumped 12. That takes the Prague Lions to 12 and puts them then into second place behind Riesebeck International. Eduardo Alvarez-Aznar for Madrid in Motion, jumping alongside Roger-Yves Bosse today. And we know the form that Aznar has been in, but that has been on Rockefeller. Rockefeller not jumping here today in Paris in Global Champions League round 1. And perhaps Marta van der Reutershof having some difficulty here. The man who leads the Longines Global Champions Tour overall rankings here jumping for his GCL team. And unfortunately for him, having one down. Then the Liverpool going down as well. And then coming into that final line, there was another error from the combination. And because of that, well, Madrid in Motion having life a little bit difficult because of those faults. Riesebeck International now lead on 12. Prague Lions on 12 and Scandinavian Vikings on 13. Monaco Aces were the next team to go. We saw Luis Filippo de Azevedo Filho jumping for 4. However, there's still a lot more to come here after the break. Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem, will be the next team to go. FECI will be jumping for the team once again. I actually bumped into him a little bit earlier on today and asked him about how that brace is doing. And he reminded me that he needs to wear that brace for support during the day. But when he rides, he is unable to have real control with that brace on. So again, you think about the mentality, the strength required to then take that brace off to ride without it, unsupported. It just shows you what Efe is doing for this team and riding through that rehabilitation that he tells me will take at least 6 more months to follow. Shanghai Swans will be next with Jean Sadran and Christian Aumann. New horse for Christian Aumann as well. The team have struggled in 2024. Canstars powered by the Iron Dames. Stockholm Hearts, your new championship lead. The team powered by H&M Wheel of Horses. Doha Falcons, Rome Gladiators. Excuse me, and the final team to come out today will be Falcon Swart United. Edwina Tops-Alexander and Oliver Lazarus will be the last 2 to then come through. We have a little bit of time, and why not then catch up with Harry Allen, who we spoke about that wonderful clear on Calculatus earlier on this afternoon. We caught up with the young man to get some thoughts and some reaction from him on his clear.
Harry, Calculatus went beautifully for you. You get the clear today. How was it to ride?
Yeah, I was delighted with him. He felt very, very good. It's a difficult track, but he handled it really well.
The team are actually, well, they came in with the joint most clears in the competition. Did you know that? And obviously, that continues that stat nicely along.
Yeah, exactly. I just looked at it there now, but yes.
So obviously, difficult round for Owen, but on return, 12 faults. How damaging do you think that will be for the team today with your ambitions?
Definitely won't be easy. Okay, it's just a new horse for Owen, first time jumping this level, and I think they were quite happy and they will build on it.
So looking into round 2, what are the changes to the team going into the second round?
I think Philip and Owen are going to ride the second round.
Good luck for that one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Harry.
So that's Harry Allen. We're just having a chat quickly here. We know that FECI is in the ring. The Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem, are next. Let's go back in and rejoin the action for Global Champions League Round 1.